Nick Kakabeeke here from BJ Sports. I'd like to address our sports community today and let everybody know that here at BJ Sports, we are thinking about you. We hope everyone is cherishing the time they have right now, spending with friends, family, and loved ones. We at BJ Sports also understand that our kids, others, are going to need some stuff to do during this time, and we'd like to get a little interactive with you. What we are going to do now is upload and have a few different videos to address things that kids can do during this time to keep them busy. Today, we're going to have Coach Kinney join us and demonstrate a new stringing style that you can do at home and get a little active. He's going to demonstrate the inside out stringing on the sidewall.
Hey guys, Coach Kinney here with BJ Sports. Just like Nick said, hope you guys are staying healthy and well during this time. Today we want to do a little bit of a sidewall tutorial, an inside out pattern just like this. Learned it from my man Sidewall Jedi Lars Kelly. Hopefully this will give you guys something to do, and hopefully we'll be able to give away this head. Hey guys, so today we're going to be stringing up an Under Armour Command head. To start off, I just started off with a traditional 9-diamond top string. With the mesh, we're using a Mesh Dynasty Force Hexagon. Got a pretty cool bandits colorway, so hopefully you guys enjoy. So to start this off, we're just going to use a traditional lockdown knot. You go in through the outside of the plastic, through the front of the mesh, loop back around, and get that out of there. And we're going to pull it right down. All right. So same knot that you would use on any other starting knot. Next, what we're going to do is the same knot all the way down. It's called an inside out KSI knot. All right. So what you do is you gotta know two things. You gotta know that this is the front of the mesh and this is the back of the mesh. Just like this is the front of the head, this is the back of the head. So every single time I'm gonna start through the front of the mesh, just like that. Now I'm going to skip one hole, go down to that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th hole. I'm going to go from the inside of the head out and leave a little knot right there. Now, instead of wrapping it back around the back side of the mesh, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it right back through here and loop it through that knot that we create. So one thing that you want to make sure that you do is get these knots nice and tight. If you can see right there, I got that knot nice and tight. Now, this is where it's really important, because you want that top of that mesh to be really tight. You're gonna put it back through the same diamond that you looped that inside out knot in, and pull right down. So for the next diamond of mesh, I'm gonna go right in through the front of the mesh. I'm gonna skip another hole, go inside to out, make that loop, come right back in, pull it nice and tight, and then put it right back through. Every head's going to be different on what holes you skip and whatnot, but the biggest thing is you just want to make sure that this top part of the mesh is nice and tight, because that's how you're going to get that snap on that ball. One more time, I'm going to go in through the inside or the front side of the mesh, skip a sidewall hole, make that loop, go back around the front of the plastic, pull down tight, push it right back through that hole. All right, so now what the next thing that you're going to do is you are just going to do, as you can see on this side, you're not going to skip a hole, you're just going to do these the inside out KSI knots all the way down. So to start this off, inside the diamond, just like we've been doing, through, Make that loop. Pull through. And pull it down. Now, one thing that you want to make sure, if you look on this side, see how this mesh is sitting real nice right in here? You want to make sure that you get that pulled in and it's not all twisted up. If not, you're going to have some problems once you get done with it. Alright, so now I've gotten to my end part. I finished half of the inside out KSI. All that I'm going to do to tie this off, you can see in here, I'm going to put it back through that mesh hole just like you would and have been doing all the way down. And now I'm just going to push it right out through this sidewall hole. Pull it tight. And then I'm going to do my finishing knot. I like to do a figure 8 knot. But any knot that's not going to go through that sidewall hole will do just fine. So pull it through. Make sure it's nice and tight against that plastic. There you go. So now that we got the sidewall finished up, we're ready to put in that bottom string. I like to always start it right on this row that I tied off on. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to stick it in through the outside of the plastic to the inside. Start on that second diamond of mesh. Go in, out, in, out, in. Push it through. Next, I'm going to go back underneath. Go under. Make that to the depth that I want. And then go right into that next bottom hole. Alright, so I'm going to go back through this hole that I started on, continue the pattern until I get to this last one, push through. Now I can tie off. One thing that you want to make sure is you want to make sure that your pocket's legal and that these bottom two shooters and nylons are even. So if I have one that's pushed out too far, it's going to make that pocket not look that great. So you want to make sure that those two are even. To end it, I'm just going to do my simple figure 8 knot, wrap around, pinch, pull through, and make that nice and tight. Next, gotta get a little trimming going on. Kids, make sure you ask your parents if it's okay if you use a lighter. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a nylon with 2 shooters underneath. So I like to start the nylon at the top. I'll go, let's see, 1, 2, 3 rows down. Shooter technique. You weave it in and out every other. Once you get to this last one, you come back around. Now this is an important part. When you come back through the mesh, you want to make sure that you go under that initial side or shooter that you put in. And then you just alternate over, under, over, under, over, under. Then to tie off, a lot of the times guys just like to do a simple knot. I like to wrap it around because all too many times, I'm sure you guys know, these knots fall out. So I just put these strings together, take my finger, wrap it around, pull through, and tighten. Now that knot's not going anywhere. Trim it up, put a little heat on it. Now, when I put in my shooters, I want to make sure that I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to alternate rows. So I started on this diamond of mesh. I'm going to skip this 9 diamond. I'm going to do this 8 diamond row. So make sure that my ends are nice and clean. Don't want them fraying on me. Same thing to the other side. Be careful, that's hot. So I'll do the same thing. I'll start from the back side of the mesh to the front side, alternating all the way down. Forward, front, back, front, back, front, back. Now I'm looping it back around to that front side of mesh. And now, just like on this on that nylon, I need to go under, over, under, over, and I think you guys can kind of guess where this one's going. So after I get done with this last one, I push it back through. If I can get that, pull it through. I'm going to do that same tie off knot. It's the best way to make sure that your shooters stay consistent and don't go untied every other time that you go to shoot the ball. I like to leave a little bit of slack, give that shooter a little bit of room to move. And now I'm going to put that next shooter right in here on this row. Now you want to make sure that you're following regulations and stick rules. So you want to make sure that all these shooters stay within 3 inches of the top of that plastic. I'll show you what I mean by when I get done with this one. There you go. There's your inside out pattern. Finish it off on the bottom with a nice bottom string, 1 nylon, 2 shooters. Hopefully this will do some damage here in the summer when we're able to play.
We're back here. Actually, we're back in our shooting lab here at BJ Sports, which is new. We're going to be offering private lessons back here soon. But we also would like to thank today Zach in showing us our inside out pattern. I hope you enjoyed it. What we need you to do is like us on Instagram, tag 3 friends, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also like us. Comment below on what you want our next video to be. The winner of this challenge of showing us your best inside out pattern, please DM us that, and you will win the head that Coach Zach Kinney strung today. Please subscribe. BJ Sports.